I know what you're thinking. There's that carpet. Something scary is going to pop out, but, you know, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. My dog, Daryl, stiff as a board. What is he seeing? I don't know. So he just takes off running, right? And I'm like, thinking to myself, oh, great. Now I got to chase after him. I'm in this stupid-ass hallway by myself, and then now he's going to be running up and down the hallways, and I gotta wrangle him, make sure he doesn't wake anybody up. And, you know, but what do dogs see that we don't that make them do that? You know, it's creepy.
This is the creepy story about the stare. A girl was on a subway late at night when she noticed a woman staring at her intensely. The woman was sitting between two old men. The girl kept looking away, but the woman staring never broke eye contact. It started to freak the girl out. At the next stop, a tall man in a trench coat boarded. He sat down right next to the girl. The woman who was staring paid no attention to the man who just boarded and just kept staring at the girl. Now this really creeped out the girl. The two men that the woman was sitting between never once looked in her direction. The girl then pretended not to notice, but each time she looked, the woman was still staring at her. At the next stop, the man in the trench coat got up to leave when suddenly he grabbed the girl's arm and dragged her out of the subway. The doors shut and the subway took off. The girl then started screaming for help, but then the man said, "Calm down. I just saved your life. I didn't mean to scare you, but I had to get you off that subway." The woman that was staring at you was dead, and the two men beside her were holding her up.
As soon as possible! As soon as possible! Jack! Don't hurt me!
I'm gonna hurt you.
Please!
So I saw this thing that a lot of people were doing on TikTok called Randonauting. It's an app that you download and it gives you a completely random location close to you that you go to, and apparently it's supposed to be a glitch in the simulation or something like that. I don't really know if I believe it or not, so I downloaded the app and I thought I'd try it out for myself. It gave me a spot in the middle of the woods that's kind of close to my house, but it looks like it's along ATV trails, so we're on the ATV and let's go see where it takes us. Alright, so we're at the location and this is weird. There's a car just chilling in the woods. How did they even get in here though? Like, there's trees everywhere. There's no way a car could get in here. This car looks super old. What the fuck was that? Holy shit.
Scary Things Kids Say Part 42. My mom went upstairs for a nap. My middle son asked her if she was happy she'd be seeing Jesus soon. When my twins were born, one of them took longer to talk. When she did start, it was in fluent Spanish, which we don't speak at home, nor does anyone who had come in contact with her at the time. I woke up in the night, my 4-year-old twin standing on the end of my bed. Me, what are you doing? Them, you don't see us, Mama. We're not here. No thanks. When I was about 16, I was in a grocery store with my mom, and a tiny child I had never seen before suddenly latched himself around my leg. Wouldn't let go, kept insisting that I was his first mommy, sobbed when pried off of me by his actual mother. What the hell?
This mom was terrified when she woke up one day and saw this picture of her sleeping on her phone. Deborah's a stay-at-home mom, so at first she thought one of her kids must have just taken the picture to mess with her. But her youngest son had been staying with his dad that night, and looking at the timestamp of the photo, she noticed that it was taken 1 hour after her oldest son left for work, meaning that she was the only one home. To make things creepier, she says that she fell asleep with her phone underneath her pillow that night, and when she woke up, it was still in the exact same spot and all of the doors in the house were locked. If I was her, I would probably move.
Top 3 Forgotten TikTokers. Part 7. Number 1. Christian Oliveros. In 2017, his helicopter leg video was one of the most liked and shared videos on social media. If you don't know him for that, you probably know him from this. Admitted. After you saw those 2 videos, you forgot all about him. Number 2. Katja Gleason. Known for having the best camera on TikTok, she used to pop up on everyone's feed. If you were an OG, you know exactly who this is. She would hit 2 to 8 million likes easily in early 2019. But ever since 2020 started, she's been living in the back of people's minds instead of on the For You page. Number 1. Flight House. Call this an all OG video, because if you haven't been here for a while, you might not even know who this is. They used to make almost every single trending sound on this app. They still even have more followers than
Jacob Sabatocious.
But now they struggle to get even 1 million views. If past their prime was an account, Flight House would be their grandparents. Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Top 3 most painful torture methods. Number 3. Chinese water torture. In Chinese water torture, the victim is placed under a slow, continuous stream of water droplets over a long period of time. Eventually, the slow and repetitive tapping of water on the victim's forehead would be enough to drive anyone completely insane. Number 2. The Judas Cradle. The Spanish Inquisition was known for having many torture devices, and the Judas Cradle was one of the most painful. Also known as the Judas Chair, the victim usually died of infection, as the seat was never cleaned before uses. The victim was placed on the top of a pyramid-shaped seat, with both legs tied together. The chair's point was usually inserted into the anus, stretching the orifice. The victim was then slowly lowered via ropes. The torture might last a few hours, or sometimes a few days. Number 1. Rat torture. Rat torture was popular in both medieval Germany and ancient China. This method, a pot of hungry rats would be placed against the belly of a victim. As the pot was slowly heated, the distressed rats would gnaw through anything in their way. Weird meals before execution. Number 3. Alan Davis. Ironically nicknamed Tiny Davis, Alan weighed over 350 pounds and begged for a fancy seafood dinner, which he was granted. He ate a whole lobster tail, half a pound of shrimp, half a pound of clams, and finished it off with a half loaf of garlic bread. Number 2. Robert Harris. In prison for the murder of 2 teenage boys in San Diego, Robert asked for a 21-piece bucket of fried chicken, 2 large pizzas from Domino's, ice cream, 6 cans of Pepsi, a pack of cigarettes, and some jelly beans. Sadly, Domino's didn't deliver, and he was given 2 frozen pizzas instead, which he did not eat. Number 1. Marion Pruitt. Coke fiend Marion Pruitt killed 2 people, one being his wife. He asked for 4 Whoppers from Burger King, a stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut, fries, Pepsi, fried eggplant, okra, and squash, and finished it off with a pecan pie. He later admitted he was too shy to ask for a roast duck, stating he didn't think the prison would allow it.
Disturbing facts you didn't ask for, but you're getting anyways. Now, I love The Wizard of Oz. It was my favorite movie growing up. But did you know that a lot of messed up things happened during the filming of this movie? Judy Garland was forced on a diet of soup, crackers, and 80 cigarettes a day. She was routinely groped and molested by a lot of the Munchkin actors. She was forced to film
many hours every day and then given drugs to help her sleep. This actually contributed to her drug addiction and eventual overdose. She was even slapped by one of the directors on set. Additionally, there's a rumor that one of the Munchkin actors hanged himself on set, which many people believe can be seen in the background on one of the scenes.